Not long into the central mission of Saving Private Ryan, which is set in the days after the Normandy landings in World War II, the group led by Captain Miller, played by Tom Hanks, comes across a French family in a bombed-out house. The civilians plead for the soldiers to take their crying daughter to safety. Miller warns them away, but Private Caparzo, Vin Diesel, grabs her, saying the decent thing to do would be to take her to the next town. "We're not here to do the decent thing. We're here to follow orders," Miller barks, taking the kid back from him. Seconds later, Caparzo is shot and killed by a German sniper. Then, that German sniper was killed by Private Daniel Jackson, an American left-handed sniper from West Fork, Tennessee, serving in the 2nd Rangers Battalion of the United States Army. He was a designated sniper, armed with an M1903A4 Springfield rifle, an outstanding marksman. Captain Miller put faith in him on D-Day to secure the beach and watch when he killed another German sniper nearly 450 yards away from his position. He could also reload and fire again in just a few seconds, with most of the shots finding the target. Who doesn't remember this particular scene in the movie? Perhaps everyone does, unless you haven't seen the Saving Private Ryan movie yet. Well, enough of that, and let's dive into the real world. In this particular IdeaHaven series, we will talk about real-life snipers, the best snipers recorded in history. As we all know that snipers are a special breed, warriors with a combination of shooting skill, cunning, and patience. A sniper is a paramilitary marksman who operates to maintain effective visual contact with and engage enemy targets from concealed positions or at distances exceeding the target's detection capabilities. Snipers generally have specialized training and are equipped with high-precision rifles and high-magnification optics, and often feed information back to their units or command headquarters. In addition to marksmanship and long-range shooting, military snipers are trained in a variety of tactical techniques: detection, stalking, and target range estimation methods, camouflage, fieldcraft, infiltration, special reconnaissance and observation, surveillance, and target acquisition. Military history has shown that a single sniper in the right place at the right time can change the course of the battle, even in the face of overwhelming odds. IdeaHaven has compiled the best of the best snipers in history. Here are the top 10 deadliest snipers in history and their official confirmed kills recorded. Number 10, Chuck Mawhinney, 103 kills. Charles Benjamin Chuck Mawhinney is a former United States Marine who served 16 months in the military during the Vietnam War. As a sniper, Mawhinney is credited with having 103 confirmed kills, a Marine Corps record, with 216 probable kills. Mawhinney was the son of a Marine Corps veteran from World War II and joined the Marines after graduating from high school in 1967. After attending Scout Sniper School at Camp Pendleton, Mawhinney was assigned to 1st Battalion 5th Marines, 1st Marine Division in South Vietnam, where he was later transferred to the HQ Scout Sniper Platoon. Working with a variety of military units and police forces, Mawhinney's exploits in Vietnam became legendary. In one encounter, Mawhinney was even credited with dropping an entire enemy platoon, approximately 16 enemy soldiers, in one sitting. Mawhinney held no qualms about the nature of his work and felt that his actions helped save many American lives. After being declared combat fatigued by a chaplain, Mawhinney was later transferred to the United States, where he served as a marksmanship instructor at his former base, Camp Pendleton. He later left the Marine Corps in 1970, working with the U.S. Forest Service until retirement. Mawhinney never mentioned or discussed his accomplishments to his family or his friends, including his wife, preferring to keep quiet about his time in the Marines. In 1991, however, Mawhinney's exploits were recounted by a fellow sniper, Joseph Ward, in his book Dear Mom, A Sniper's Vietnam. After documentation proved that Mawhinney had 103 confirmed kills during the war, he was officially recognized by the Marine Corps as having the most kills ever recorded in Marine history. I did what I was trained to do. I was in country for a long time in a very hot area. I didn't do anything special. Chuck Mawhinney. Number 9. Adelbert Waldron, 109 kills. Adelbert F. Burt Waldron III was a former United States Army sniper who served with the 9th Infantry Division during the Vietnam War. Prior to serving in the Army, Waldron spent approximately 12 years in the United States Navy. Upon transferring to the Army, he was assigned to the PBR boats to patrol the Mekong Delta in Vietnam. In less than 8 months, Waldron racked up an astonishing 109 enemy kills. In one instance, Waldron reported dropped an enemy soldier at over 900 yards from his moving boat. For his dedication, commitment, and bravery, Waldron was awarded the Distinguished Service Cross on 2 separate occasions, along with a Silver Star, 3 Bronze Stars, as well as a Presidential Unit Citation. After leaving Vietnam, Waldron was later assigned to Fort Benning, Georgia, where he served as a marksmanship instructor for the Army. However, Waldron's stay in Georgia was short-lived, as he had left the Army in 1970 after making the rank of Staff Sergeant. He later died on October 18, 1995, at the age of 62. He is buried at Riverside National Cemetery in Riverside, California. Number 8. Henry Norwest, 115 kills. Henry Ducky Norwest was a Canadian sniper known for his exploits in World War I. Born in Fort Saskatchewan, Alberta on May 1, 1884, Norwest worked as a ranch hand, rodeo performer, and eventually the Royal Northwest Mounted Police before joining the Canadian Army in 1915. Although initially discharged for his behavior only 3 months into his military career, he later re-enlisted under a different name and was assigned to the 50th Canadian Infantry Battalion. In less than 3 years, Norwest accumulated 115 confirmed kills. Due to his remarkable knowledge of stealth tactics and the use of camouflage, Norwest was often sent on reconnaissance missions into the heart of no man's land. For his heroism, he was awarded the Military Medal and Bar during the Battle of Vimy Ridge. Despite his remarkable abilities and steadfast devotion to his unit, however, Norwest never saw the end of the First World War. Just 3 months before fighting ceased, Norwest was spotted by a German sniper and was killed before he could return fire. August 18, 1918. He was later buried in Warvillers Churchyard Extension Cemetery in Warvillers, Somme, France. His rifle, Ross rifle, is currently displayed at the King's Own Calgary Regiment, RCAC, Museum in Calgary. Number 7. Chris Kyle, 160 kills. Christopher Scott Kyle was a United States Navy SEAL sniper who served 4 tours of duty in Iraq. Kyle was born in Odessa, Texas on April 8, 1974, to Wayne and Debbie Lynn Kyle. After working as a farmer, professional rodeo rider, and ranch hand, Kyle later joined the United States Navy after suffering from a career-ending injury during his time as a rodeo rider. After having surgery to have his arm repaired, Kyle received an invitation to BUDS, Basic Underwater Demolition Sea, Air, Land SEAL Training at Coronado, California, 1999. Later assigned to SEAL Team 3 Sniper Element, Kyle quickly found himself in the middle of some intense action throughout Iraq. During his 4 tours of duty, Chris Kyle racked up 160 confirmed kills across Ramadi, Fallujah, Baghdad, and various localities across Iraq. Because of his legendary status, insurgents in the area later named him Shaitan ar-Ramadi, which translates to the Devil of Ramadi. Iraqi insurgents even placed a $20,000 bounty on Kyle's head, which was later raised to $80,000 before the end of his career. Kyle was also well known for his incredible shots, with his longest shot being a 2,100-yard kill with a Macmillan TAC 338 sniper rifle. After leaving the military at the rank of Chief Petty Officer in 2009, Kyle returned home and became a leading figure in helping former military members that suffered from PTSD transition to civilian life. Sadly, on February 2, 2013, Kyle and his good friend, Chad Littlefield, were murdered by Eddie Ray Ruth, also a veteran, while visiting a shooting range in Erith County, Texas. A memorial service was held for Kyle at Cowboy Stadium in Arlington, Texas, before he was finally laid to rest at Texas State Cemetery in Austin. To this day, Kyle is considered one of the most effective and deadly snipers to have served in the American military. If you want to watch the real action of this in a movie, watch American Sniper, directed by Clint Eastwood. His film follows the life of Kyle, who became the deadliest marksman in U.S. military history with 225 kills from 4 tours in the Iraq War, 160 of which were officially confirmed by the Department of Defense. Number 6. Vasily Zaitsev, 242 kills. Vasily Grigoryevich Zaitsev was a Soviet sniper that served in the Red Army during World War II and is credited with over 242 confirmed kills. Born in Yeleniskoye, Orenburg, Governorate on March 23, 1915, Zaitsev reportedly learned his marksmanship from his grandfather in the Ural Mountains. After graduating from college and working for a brief time in construction, Zaitsev later enlisted in the Soviet military, serving with the Pacific Fleet, beginning in 1937. After war broke out, only a few years later, following the launch of Operation Barbarossa, Zaitsev volunteered to join the front lines, where he was assigned to the 1047th Rifle Regiment of the 284th Tomsk Rifle Division. Even before he became a sniper for the Red Army, he was credited with 32 kills using a standard issue rifle. It wasn't until 1942, just before the Battle of Stalingrad, Zaitsev's career as a sniper officially began. A master of stealth and concealment, he was well known for changing positions regularly, as well as his ingenious ability to cover large areas from just a handful of strategic locations, a tactic later dubbed the Sixes. Throughout the Battle of Stalingrad, Zaitsev accumulated more than 200 enemy kills before he was later blinded by a German mortar attack. After regaining his sight a month later, he returned to the front in February of 1943, finishing his career at the Battle of Silo Heights in Germany with the rank of captain. After the war, Zaitsev later joined the Communist Party in 1943, settled in Kiev, Ukraine, where he worked as an engineer for the remainder of his life. He died on the 15th of December, 1991, at the age of 76, and was later reburied at Mamayev Hill in Volgograd with full military honors. For his actions during the war, Zaitsev was awarded Hero of the Soviet Union. To this day, he remains one of the deadliest snipers in modern history. The arrival of the Nazi sniper set us a new task. We had to find him, study habits and methods, and patiently await the moment for one, and only one well-aimed shot. Vasily Zaitsev. If you want to watch the real action of this in a movie, watch Enemy at the Gates, directed by Jean-Jacques Annaud. The film's main character is a fictionalized version of the sniper Vasily Zaitsev, a hero of the Soviet Union during World War II. Number 5. Lyudmila Pavlichenko, 309 kills. Lyudmila Mikhailivna Pavlichenko was a Soviet sniper that served in the Red Army during World War II and is credited with an astounding 309 kills during her military career. Born in Bila Tsyrkva, modern-day Ukraine, on July 12, 1916, Pavlichenko later moved with her family to Kiev, where she worked as a grinder at the Kiev Arsenal factory. In her spare time, Pavlichenko developed a keen interest in shooting and even joined a local shooting club where her skills as a sharpshooter first developed. After getting married and having a son, Pavlichenko later attended Kiev University during the 1930s, where she eventually earned a master's degree in history. Following Operation Barbarossa and the invasion of the Soviet territory by the Nazi army, Pavlichenko volunteered for military service and was assigned to the 25th Rifle Division. Although offered the opportunity to become a nurse, Pavlichenko instead opted for sniper training, becoming one of 2,000 female snipers in the Red Army. Trained with a Mosin Nagant bolt-action rifle, Pavlichenko made her first 2 kills near Belyevka, later during the fight for Odessa and its surrounding areas. Pavlichenko racked up an impressive 187 kills in only 3 months of fighting. After being severely wounded by mortar fire in June of 1942, Pavlichenko was withdrawn from combat just after reaching the rank of lieutenant in the Red Army. The Southern Army Council later credited her with a total of 309 confirmed kills, which included 257 German soldiers, 36 enemy snipers. After the war, Pavlichenko finished her education and began a career as a historian. Sadly, she later died on October 10, 1974, at the age of 58 after suffering a stroke. She was buried in the Novodevichy Cemetery in Moscow. To this day, Pavlichenko remains one of the deadliest snipers in modern history and is considered the most successful female sniper of all time, earning multiple campaign medals, the Order of Lenin twice, as well as the title Hero of the Soviet Union. The only feeling I have is the great satisfaction a hunter feels who has killed a beast of prey. Lyudmila Pavlichenko. Number 4. Carlos Hathcock, 93 confirmed kills. Carlos Norman Hathcock II was a United States Marine Corps sniper that served during the Vietnam War and is credited with 93 confirmed kills. Born in Little Rock, Arkansas on the 20th of May, 1942, Hathcock became acquainted with shooting from a very early age, as his family relied heavily on hunting for food. At the age of 17, Hathcock enlisted in the Marines, fulfilling his childhood desire to serve in the military. After being deployed to Vietnam in the 60s, Hathcock initially served as a military policeman before being transferred to Captain Edward James Land's sniper platoon. Land, who was impressed with Hathcock's natural shooting ability, particularly since Hathcock had won the prestigious Wimbledon Cup for long-range shooting in 1965, felt that Hathcock was a natural fit for sniper duty. Hathcock entered his new role with enthusiasm, and within only a short span of time had racked up an impressive 93 kills. Due to the difficulty in confirming kills at this time, however, modern estimates put Hathcock's kill count between 300 and 400 enemy during his time in the war. Hathcock's exploits prompted the North Vietnamese army to place a $30,000 bounty on his head due to the large number of men lost to this lone warrior. Hathcock even earned the name Long Trang, which translates to white feather sniper in Vietnamese due to the white feather he always wore within the brim of his hat. Hathcock took on a variety of legendary missions, including a mission to kill a PAVN general, a mission headed by the CIA, in which he crawled 1,500 yards over 4 days and 3 nights with no sleep or food to take his shot. Other accomplishments included taking down a female Viet Cong leader known as the Apache, who had tortured numerous American soldiers, as well as the killing of an elite enemy sniper known as the Cobra. In the latter, Hathcock killed the enemy sniper, who had been sent to specifically kill Hathcock, before he could react, sending his bullet through his enemy's scope, a nearly impossible shot. Sadly, Hathcock was later evacuated from Vietnam after sustaining life-threatening injuries from an anti-tank mine that struck his vehicle. After returning to the United States, Hathcock helped to establish the Marine Corps Scout Sniper School in Virginia, and dedicated much of his life to training future snipers, special forces, and police units in the art of sharpshooting. Due to his service burns sustained from the blast, Hathcock never returned to Vietnam. After battling years of multiple sclerosis, Hathcock later died on February 22, 1999, in Virginia Beach, Virginia. He was buried at Woodlawn Memorial Gardens in Norfolk, Virginia. The most deadly thing on the battlefield is one well-aimed shot. Carlos Hathcock. Number 3. Francis Pagamagabo, 378 kills. Francis Pagamagabo was a Canadian sniper that served in World War I and is credited with 378 enemy kills. He was born on the Shawanaga First Nation Reserve in Nobel, Ontario on March 9, 1891, to Michael and Mary Contin Pagamagabo. Following the outbreak of World War I, Pagamagabo volunteered for military service and was assigned to the Canadian Expeditionary Force in 1914, later assigned to the 23rd Canadian Regiment. Deployed in February of 1915 with the 1st Canadian Infantry Battalion, Pagamagabo quickly saw action during the second battles of Ypres, as well as the Battle of Somme, in 1916. Due to sharpshooting skills developed in his youth, due to hunting in his local area, Pagamagabo quickly developed a reputation for being a fierce sniper. Brave and faithful to his fellow soldiers, Pagamagabo was instrumental in numerous battles, helping his battalion to fend off countless waves of German soldiers during his career. One of his major accomplishments occurred during the 30th of August 1918 Battle of the Scarpe, when his company nearly ran out of ammunition fighting off German forces. Braving no man's land alone, Pagamagabo brought back enough supplies from dead soldiers in the field to carry his unit through the final enemy counterattack. By the time the war was over, Pagamagabo was accredited with 378 confirmed kills and had succeeded in capturing more than 300 enemy troops alive. After achieving the rank of Sergeant Major, Pagamagabo returned home to Canada, where he remained part of the Algonquin Regiment militia. He was later elected chief of the Perry Island Band and became a political activist for Native Americans throughout Canada. Pagamagabo also became Supreme Chief of the Native Independent Government in 1943 and worked as a guard at the munitions plant in Nobel, Ontario during the Second World War. He later died on Perry Island Reserve in 1952 at 61 years of age. Number 2. Fyodor Oblakov. Fyodor Oblakov was a Soviet sniper that served in the Red Army during World War II and is accredited for 429 kills during his career. Born on the 2nd of March 1908 in the village of Krest-Kaldzhay, Russia, Oblakov was an ethnic Yakut from the far eastern sectors of the Soviet Union. Although little is known about Oblakov due to the lack of records concerning his life, it is believed that he first joined the Red Army with his brother, who was later killed in combat. Infuriated by the loss of his brother, Oblakov reportedly swore to avenge his death, becoming a sniper and machine gunner on the Eastern Front. Often sent out alone to conduct surveillance and reconnaissance of enemy troop movements, he was credited with 429 kills from a sniper rifle alone, along with countless others from automatic weapons. Always on the front lines of combat, Oblakov sustained 12 serious wounds during his military career, with his 12th occurring on June 23, 1944, after being struck in the chest by an assault on Vitebsk. Oblakov was forced to recuperate in a hospital for the remainder of the war, before finally being discharged several months later. Despite being rejected for the title Hero of the Soviet Union due to his ethnicity, the Soviet Union later bestowed this honorary title on Oblakov on June 5, 1965. Nearly a decade later, he was also given the Order of Lenin following his untimely death on May 28, 1968, 60 years of age. Number 1. Simo Hayha, 505 kills. Simo Hayha was a Finnish sniper that served in the Winter War of 1939 to 1940 and is credited with 505 confirmed kills against Red Army soldiers. Born in Rutjärvi, Viipuri Province, Finland, on December 17, 1905, to a farming family, Hayha later joined the Finnish voluntary militia, also known as the White Guard, at the age of 21. Using skills first developed from his youth from hunting expeditions with his father, Hayha competed in numerous shooting competitions throughout Viipuri Province, earning numerous trophies for his sharpshooting abilities. With the outbreak of war between Finland and the Soviet Union in 1939, Hayha served as a sniper for the Finnish 6th Company of JR-34 during the Battle of Kola. In temperatures reaching negative 40 degrees Fahrenheit and camouflaged in solid white to blend in with the snow and ice, Hayha dropped one Red Army soldier after another, racking up all 505 of his kills in less than 100 days of combat. The incredible feat earned him the nickname White Death amongst both his fellow soldiers and enemy alike. Hayha used a Seiko M2830 with iron sights. He was also known to pack himself in heavy snow to provide cover and to balance his rifle, all while placing small bits of snow on his tongue to prevent his breath from giving away his position to the enemy. On March 6, 1940, Hayha was severely wounded in his left jaw by an armor-piercing bullet fired by the Red Army. After losing consciousness for several days, Hayha awoke on March 13, 1940, the day peace was officially declared between the two nations. with nearly half his face missing from the gunshot. After the war, Hayha was promoted to second lieutenant and retired from the military. Hayha later recuperated from his wounds and became a moose hunter and a dog breeder following the Second World War. At the age of 96, Hayha passed away at a veterans nursing home located in Hamina, 2002. He was buried in Ruokolahti, Finland. For his service, Hayha was awarded the Cross of Liberty, 3rd class and 4th class, along with the Medal of Liberty, 1st class and 2nd class, and Cross of Koala Battle. To this day, Hayha remains the deadliest sniper in world history. There is a book about him out called The White Sniper, if you want to know more about him. We'll leave you with a quote right from the horse's mouth. "I only did my duty, and what I was told to do as well as I could." Simo Hayha. Do you agree that Simo Hayha is the deadliest sniper in history? Please leave a comment below. Hey, if you learned something new today, then give the video a like and share it with a friend. And here are some other videos I think you'll enjoy. Just click to the left or right, and remember, light your tomorrow with today. IdeaHaven.